Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Baby Got Scrap layout for you guys today. And today I am basically going to scrapbook this one single photo using these little squares that I've already edge distressed, but they came from that lattice cut file that I did at the beginning of the month, and I just couldn't throw them away. So I've got that. I've got a couple little blue tickets and a film strip and some leaves that were in my blue bulky bin. And then from the Midnight Collection, I have some flare. I also have all the scraps left over from the layouts that I've created previously, and then all the branding strips and leftover strips from however I cut up this collection. So these are all the scraps, and I just got tired of actually having them hung around. So I thought I will clean off my desk, which is the name of the game this month, and get these scraps used up. So I'm going to try to use all of them, but if I don't use all of them, I'll probably end up throwing the branding strips away just because they're such a tiny little piece. I also pulled out the chipboard pieces, the sticker sheet, and the die cut pieces from the Midnight Collection. So the first thing I want to do is put a like a foam piece behind all of my little squares. So I'm going to cut up my unfun foam because it doesn't have adhesive on it, and basically just count out how many pieces I need of these little squares, and then I'm going to go and put them all back. So I showed you guys how I was going to do this because of the fact that as I put all of my foam together, I actually lay out all the pieces how I want them on the layout, and then I don't show you guys me actually putting them on the layout. So I thought that I would take a few minutes and share this process with you guys, and then of course it's magically already glued down on the paper. Sorry about that. I do take a ruler and measure out about 3/8 of an inch with 3/8 of an inch because they're not quite 2 by 2 squares. So I do put down double-sided tape along with a little bit of liquid glue, so that way I feel like I have a more permanent hold should the double-sided tape ever dry out. Like I've said previously, I did get a batch of fun foam that became unfun foam because the adhesive was already dry. So I don't know if it's because of where they are stored in the warehouse, that the package came open and then the hot cold in the warehouse made the adhesive come undone, or it's because of the fact that at my dry climate I have them forever. I have no idea what actually caused that adhesive, but ever since then it kind of got me thinking that at any point in time all the adhesive that comes with the unfun foam can do that exact same thing. I haven't received a pack that has ever done that before, dried out, I mean. So I'm not too worried about it, but just to be on the safe side, I do add that dab of liquid adhesive. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is cut out my branding strips and all the color that is part of the branding strips, because the color isn't from edge to edge and top to bottom like the some branding strips that are out there on other manufacturers. This one is just a little sample of what is on the other side of, I want to say, the A sides. So this is a little sample of the B sides on the A side, and then when you flip it over, it's all the manufacturing information, barcodes, things like that on the branding strip. So I went ahead and I just cut those out, super skinny, a little bit more, about 1/4 of an inch or so, and then of course not 12 by 12. So now I have distressed all the edges of all of my strips, and I'm just strategically placing them on either side where my little squares are. So I've got some blue, some pink, some wood grain. I don't think the wood grain, no, I think it is. I think the wood grain is a part of this collection because I think the other side is what makes it look like it's part of this other collection. So I'm also going on top of the squares, underneath the squares, on top of the strips, layering up the strips and whatnot. And I'm leaving a space in the middle for my photo and the larger pieces of scraps, so that way I can mount my photo, but yet not completely mount my photo because my photo is bigger than any of my scraps. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out how I would like to set up all of my strips in attempt to use all of my strips. So I definitely want, that is my major goal, is to try and use up all these strips as much as possible, even if by the end result all you're going to see is 1/8 of an inch of it. But at least I know that the layers are all there. So we will see how that looks in the end by the time that I am done actually putting everything together. So I don't know if I use that other dark strip that I've got going on. I think I do. I think I do end up using it, but we will see. So I've got one last little strip to put on my layout, and then the background is finally done. The only thing that I feel like this layout could have used is a little bit of splatter. I haven't done splatter in quite a while. So I also distressed the edges of these papers as well. I predetermined what side of the paper I was going to use. I really didn't think that the floral sides were really pertinent to the fact that we are at the movies, but I do like how the red curtain, I did actually use a small filter on this particular photo so it wasn't so stark red, but I feel like the red curtain blends in really well with all the rest of the colors in this layout. So I'm not too concerned about how dark my photo is, as opposed to how light all the papers are. So I think that it works really well. It plays really well. All right, so I'm pretty happy with where all of my photo strips and scraps landed on this layout. I can see a little bit of every single strip, which makes me happy. And now I'm just going to work on the embellishing bits. So the first thing I'm going to work on is this little scrap bag. I have no idea. I know that the tickets came from one of my embellishment boxes from a few years back, but I don't remember making the leaves. I'm not sure if I made them at a retreat, or I know I have this die and embossing folder set because it was gifted to me. Thank you, Janet. But I'm not really sure exactly when I made these leaves. So yeah, I don't have a clue. I do know that the one thing I did not do for this layout was go through my little tray of random things that were left on my desk. So I just realized that right now that I did not do that for this particular layout, except for the fact that the little squares were already on my desk and then the branding strips were in my organizer off to the left. Because that is where I keep the current kit that I'm working with every month. And so for this particular kit, it's the Midnight Collection that I have chopped up and pre-made pages, but I have no idea. I think it was a class that I was taking. I pre-made all these little cut apart pieces, and then poof, the directions are gone. I have no idea where anything is. I have no clue whatsoever of where these kits were supposed to go. So I'm just taking all the leftovers and making layouts as I see fit. And then, of course, I also had a couple pre-made page kits, some with photos, some without photos, from last year's Baby Got Scraps that I never got to. So I think there's about 5 of those as well. I am going to be working with all of this, all of these supplies into February, because I took a long gap off of videos because I kind of got hurt and I was immobile for quite a while. I still am moving very slowly and can't sit for very long. I have to recline back. So yes, I'm still injured and immobile, but I'm slowly working my way through getting things done and being back on track. I do apologize for my absence in the community. I'm very, very sorry that I have ditched you guys like that. I don't mean to, but life happens, and so I'm just working my way back into where I'm going. So that's why I'm taking some of these collections and bringing them into February, because they are things that I'm tired of storing, and I would like to use them up or move them out of my room. I am also still very slowly working on cleaning and organizing my room. So you'll see a few of those videos mixed in with a few of the layout videos as well, because I'm just slowly but surely, I can't deal with the clutter anymore. I can't deal with how everything is going. All right, so I have gone through all of the embellishments and all of the little packages that I pulled out a few of a little bit of everything, a few chipboard pieces, a few die cut pieces, a flare, at least one of every element to help me use it up, and this is what I came up with. I do love distressing the edges of die cut pieces because it just adds that little bit of lift without adding a whole lot of bulk onto your layout. I know I say that almost every video as well, but here's what I have. The layout, or the movie that we actually went to go see was Top Gun Maverick back in 2022. So it was May 27th, 2022 is when this was picture was taken, and yeah, that's the movie we went to go watch. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to check out everyone else that is playing along with Baby Got Scraps. There is a playlist down below. Yeah, that's all that we have so far. There isn't a Facebook group for non-YouTubers, but there is a playlist. So the link is down below if you guys want to go and check it out. All right, again, thank you so much, and I'll check you guys all later. Bye.